Howdy folks, I hope you're all having a good weekend, and welcome back to Red Dead Redemption 2 with the mighty Jingles. We're carrying on more or less from where the plot left off in the last episode, after Arthur had bid farewell to Mary Linton, possibly for the last time. Later that same evening, Arthur runs into a few familiar faces that he'd met briefly while at the party at the Mayor of Saint Denis' house.
Hey, do I know you?
Mr. I believe we met at that ghastly party.
Oh, Evelyn Miller.
Unfortunately so, Mr.
Arthur Morgan, at least sometimes.
Can I say something rude?
Sure.
The mayor thinks you robbed him. To be clear, he wasn't very upset about it. He rather liked you.
Okay.
Do you, can you steal things?
Is there a reason you're asking me to incriminate myself, Mr. Miller?
Well, I'm sorry. Have you met? This is Rains Fall, a great chief, and his son, Eagle Flies.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, we saw you in the wagon train crossing the river at Cumberland Falls. And at the party, you were upstairs.
You have great powers of observation.
Yes, my people, if we are even a people anymore. We've fought hard. We've made peace treaties, and those treaties were broken. And we've been moved and punished and moved.
I'm sure.
And now I am told we are to be moved again.
Clearly contravening the peace treaty signed 3 years ago.
This will lead to war.
No, my son, it will not. We cannot fight another war. They have got stronger, and we have become far weaker, Mr. Morgan.
Well, it's a bad business.
It's to do with oil. I know it is, but I need the proof. I believe there were some prospectors who were on their land a few months ago who have filed reports with Leviticus Cornwall and the state government claiming huge reserves of oil under their land.
So, you want me to try and steal it?
Obviously they can't. And even more obviously, I would be useless. Listen, I realize that it is a ridiculous request, but we're very desperate.
Now, I'm not a do-gooder, Mr. Miller. Gentlemen, I'm very sorry for your predicament, but I'm a working man. I got problems of my own.
We will pay you very handsomely, Mr. Morgan.
How much?
I told you, they're all mercenaries.
There's a price on my head in 2 states, my friend. The government doesn't like me any more than it does you. Like you, I've been running for as long as I can remember. And like you, my time here is nigh undone.
We understand, and we will pay.
Thank you.
You meet my son in a couple of days near Citadel Rock, just west of the oil fields.
Okay.
We are very grateful for your help.
Gentlemen, that appointment with the senator. We should head over there.
It's a waste of our time. And his.
We must try everything. Come along.
Hello, Mr. Miller. The counselor wants to apologize. He can see you now.
We've been waiting I don't know how long.
Or next month, if you'd like to reschedule.
Come. Perhaps the senator won't mind waiting.
Yeah.
This is going to be a touchy one. The treatment of the Native American people at the hands of the European settlers is fairly well documented, and it doesn't paint a very pretty picture. That's probably true of just about everywhere the Europeans turned up throughout history, wherever there was a native population. In some places it was a lot worse, just what happened to the native South Americans when the Spanish turned up. In some places, while profit, greed and exploitation were definitely the primary motivation of the European settlers, they did sometimes at least also turn up with a genuine desire to try to improve the lot of the native populations, although what the Europeans thought was best for the native populations was often not what the natives would have thought of as being in their own best interests, and often resulted in the destruction of the culture rather than the people themselves.
Come on.
As far as the native peoples of the continental North America were concerned, what happened to them could have been worse. Their treatment fell just short of genocide, but only just. Once the native people had been crushed militarily, they were herded onto reservations, treaties were signed, and the treaties lasted about as long as it took for the Europeans to realise that there was actually something valuable on the land that they just promised to the native Indian tribes. Sometimes it was gold, sometimes it was silver. In this occasion, it was oil. Ironically, it was the fact that all of this nasty black stuff was bubbling up to the surface that made the land unsuitable for farming and grazing, which is the reason why this particular tribe were forced onto the land that they're currently inhabiting in the first place. Except now it's 1899, and this oil turns out to be actually quite valuable stuff. This is obviously not great news for Rainfall's tribe, as if they needed more bad news. Their land is unsuitable for grazing, it's unsuitable for farming, it's barely even suitable for living on. But if oil's been discovered under their land, they're going to have to move out anyway, regardless of any treaties that they may have signed with the US government. And wherever they're relocated to next, you can guarantee it's going to be even less attractive than the current shithole that they've been occupying for the best part of the last generation. Unless somebody can make this oil report go away. Now, I get the sense that all we're really doing here is delaying the inevitable. And at the same time, you also have to bear in mind that the oil company that's been nosing around the land belongs to Leviticus, Cornwall, and we're in quite enough trouble with him already.
You came.
Of course I came. Said I would.
There's a foreman. His name is Danbury. There's the files in the office above the refinery room. It's that window with the blind drawn up.
I see it.
If the files are as incriminating as we believe, Mr. Cornwall's men will destroy them if they know you're coming.
There's only one of me, son. I don't intend for them to know I'm coming. What will the files say?
There'll be a report from Leyland Oil Development Company.
And you got the money?
Yes?
Any ideas how I sneak into this place?
You could crawl under the fence or hide in a wagon. They keep rolling in.
I'll go take a look.
If there's a problem, call for me.
I thought the whole point was that this had nothing to do with you.
Ideally. If you are quick, to the back of that wagon.
The trick here, of course, is that none of the tribe can be seen to be having anything to do with manipulating the results of the oil survey, otherwise that would be seen as grounds for tearing up their treaty and just moving them off the land anyway without any legal restitution. Despite what we're trying to do here, there's no way this is ever going to end well for the tribe. Regardless of what does or doesn't happen with the oil report, they live on land where oil has been discovered. One way or another, they're moving. The only real question is how much blood is going to get spilled before it happens. And that, of course, is precisely what the old chief, Rain Falls, is desperately trying to avoid, because unlike his son, Eagle Flies, Rain Falls is old enough to know exactly what happens when the Indian nations rise up against the US Army. He's under no illusions that while things may be bad, and they are, but they could very easily be so much worse. By contrast, his son, Eagle Flies, has no real experience of what it's like to go up against the full strength of the US government. All he knows is he's had to live with injustice his whole life, and he's itching for a fight. The old chief, Rain Falls, really is caught between a rock and a hard place here. I mean, on the one hand, he's trying to do what's best for his people, based on his experience of dealing with the white man, but the young men in his tribe and his own son, Eagle Flies, just see him as being a weak leader, constantly knuckling under to the white man and never really standing up for the tribe. None of them are old enough to have any practical experience of exactly what happens when the Indian nations rise up against the white man. And it's Rain Falls' biggest fear that unless he can reach some kind of equitable negotiated settlement with the US government, either by getting the government to honour the existing treaty with the tribe, which, let's face it, doesn't seem likely at this point, or by signing a new treaty that's at least acceptable to all parties. Because if he can't do that, let's face it, young men are idiots. I speak from experience here. I was a young man myself once. And the young men of the tribe are very, very likely to take matters into their own hands and very quickly find out exactly what it is that Rainfalls knows from bitter experience. And the old chief is desperately trying to avoid that. He's seen more than enough death for one lifetime, and he has no desire for his son to repeat his experiences. But, well, young men are idiots. Yeah, I really can't see this ending well. But we're going to at least try. So first we have to find this report.
You must be Danbury.
Who? What?
Quieten yourself, friend. This won't take long. Danbury,
Yes.
I need some papers, my friend. Nothing important. A file from head office.
You're not from head office?
Does that seem important right now?
No.
I need a file by the Leland Oil Development Company. The one about the oil near Wapiti?
I...
Danbury, think, man. A mind is a terrible thing to lose, especially over such a nice floor as this.
It's here. It's here.
You done good, Danbury. Real good. They'll give you a promotion for this. No, Danbury.
Danbury? Danbury, you okay?
Tell the guard you're fine.
Yes. It's just... I'm working. All's fine.
Now stay quiet. Or head office will send me back to get you.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but this all just seems a little bit too easy to me. Oh, there it is.
Hey, hold it right there! Weapons on the ground and hands in the air.
Easy now, fellas.
Now, we won't tell you again. I'm gonna end you!
I knew I couldn't rely on Eagle Flies not to get involved, although I can't say I'm sorry he did. As usual, everything's gone to hell in a handbasket and I'm going to have to shoot my way out, but I've got Eagle Flies out there somewhere, providing a distraction. Of course, the problem here is if any of these guys see Eagle Flies, then things could get very, very bad for the tribe, so let's try to make sure that, at the very least, doesn't happen. Of course, ensuring that Eagle Fly's tribe stays out of trouble is only one of the problems that I'm currently making worse for myself. This is Leviticus Cornwall's oil refinery. That's one of Leviticus Cornwall's oil derricks that's currently burning to the ground. And these are Leviticus Cornwall's men that I'm shooting in the face. If he wasn't upset with the Van der Linde gang before... I think it's fairly safe to say he's going to be plenty upset with us now. Oh, but Jingles, how does he know it's the Van der Linde gang? Well, they've seen my face. Okay, most of the men at the refinery who've seen my face have received a bullet to the face for their trouble, but not Danbury, not the guy in the office. I didn't kill him.
Did you get the documents?
Yeah, but we need to get the hell out of here.
Follow me!
And just when I thought things couldn't have gone any worse, they've also seen Eagle flies. Now, I'm not suggesting they're going to be able to pick him out from a lineup. It is dark and he's a Native American, and I dare say all of these Native Americans look the same to the white eyes, but he is a Native American. Cornwall is not going to need to call in Sherlock Holmes to figure out exactly which Native American tribe had a hand in this wholesale destruction, slaughter, and theft.
I don't see any more of them. Keep going!
That explosion came just in time.
I was happy to watch some of that oil burn. So you met Mr. Danbury?
Yes, don't worry, he was very obliging. I thought you wasn't getting involved.
Thought you were gonna enter and leave silently.
Thank you. You saved my life.
Thank you. I hope. Well, I don't know what I hope. But who knows? Maybe these will be of some use. Here's your money.
Thank you.
Well, I can only hope that we did some good, but that is not the last we're going to be seeing of Eagle Flies, Rainfalls, or for that matter, Leviticus Cornwall. And now for something completely different. I mentioned briefly in last week's video that at the point where I arrived in Saint Denis and we met Angelo Bronte and got Jack back, I spent a good week just, well, wandering around the world and seeing what there was to see before I actually got on with the main quest storyline. And a number of you remarked in the comments that you wouldn't mind seeing some of the stuff that I got up to. Just as an example of the kind of weird shit that there is in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2, here's one example. This particular house is a couple of miles south of the town of Ansburg at the northern end of the world map, just south of a feature known as Elysian Pool. And I have no idea what's going on here. I'm not even sure what it was that drew me to investigate this place there. Do you see it? Against the back wall. It's like Victor Frankenstein decided that he wanted to make himself a teddy bear from bits and pieces that he had left lying around in the lab. What the hell is going on here? There's some notes on the table with a sketch of whatever the hell that is. I was expecting there to be, you know, something to do here, other than just wonder what the hell has been going on. But aside from the creature, and a very, very suspicious looking examining table, and the note, and some very freaky diagrams and drawings on the wall, and some very freaky looking jars with some very suspicious looking contents, this is pretty much it. But that's kind of what Red Dead Redemption 2 is like. There are weird places like this scattered all over the world. And if you just follow the main quest line and don't get out and have a look around and investigate, you will completely miss them. Maybe that's not such a bad thing. Anyway, I never did find out what this place was about. It's just kind of there. But on with the plot. Based on one of the tips that we got from Angelo Bronte, there's a riverboat casino in Saint Denis that needs to be relieved of some of its money.
These from you later.
Very good, sir.
Thank you, George.
Good luck, sir.
Now remember what I said, Arthur. Everyone is the author of his own good fortune.
Yes, yes, believe me, I heard every word.
Watch Strauss, listen to the dealer, and this should be a very lucky night. There they are. Gentlemen, how wonderful to see you. Arthur, you remember this pair of boys we met in New York? Come on, gentlemen. Champagne is on dear old Arthur. He's rich as can be and feeling luckier than a turkey that survived Thanksgiving.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, dear boy.
We're cheating, obviously.
Come on, let's head aboard. Drinks on Arthur. Champagne.
I'm afraid we require all patrons to hand over their guns.
Good time. The tables await.
I'll go find myself a change of clothes.
Okay.
You seem unsure.
Robbing a heavily armed riverboat without a gun tends to bring out the self-doubt in me.
These people are virtually idiots. This is simple stuff. Now have a good time, but don't lose too much money or your wife is going to kill me.
Whatever you say.
Now where can I get a cocktail?
It's high-stakes poker, but Strauss is going to be watching the table from the opposite side, and he's going to let me know which way I should be betting.
Tonight, sir?
Take a seat, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Arthur Callahan. Sorry I'm late. I had some unfinished business at the bar.
Desmond Blythe. Evening. Not to worry. Welcome to the game, Mr. Callahan. Okay, gentlemen, let's play. I hope you're a player. Been too many cowards at these tables recently. Nothing less dignified than a man afraid to lose a little money.
Look at this! Chips already stacked up, waiting for me. I like this joint already.
We aim to please, sir.
Blythe is the guy we're here to rip off.
How are we all faring?
Some better than others.
If we all fared the same in life now, where would the fun be?
Quiet.
Wait, not Desmond Blythe, the hosiery king. I should have brought my other wallet.
Not my preferred title, but yes, you should have. Okay, sorry, boys, I'm taking it all.
We'll see about that.
To hell with it.
So, Blythe just went all in, two others followed him. Strauss is keeping an eye on his cards, and he's saying nope. So we're going to fold.
Nah, I'm out. Think I'll wait for this seat to warm up a bit.
I thought as much. Maybe you should have another drink, Mr. Callahan.
Here we go, then.
Well, hello, my ladies.
Damn it. Mr. Blythe wins with 3 queens. Goodbye, gentlemen. I guess it's just you and me now, friend.
Yes, it is.
Time to see if you're really the man you seem to think you are.
Likewise, Mr. Blythe.
So, what business are you in, Mr. Callahan?
I'm an oil man, for my sins.
Funny. I haven't heard of you.
Oh, you will. You know, I thought about getting into hosiery, but I just look better in a suit.
I would stick to oil, Mr. Callahan. I don't think you have a future on the stage.
You sound just like my wife. Call.
Okay, I have a pair of queens, and Strauss is giving me the nod. So we're calling.
Sorry to do this to you, but I have no choice. All in.
Let's see what Strauss thinks. He's still giving me the nod. He's bluffing. He's got nothing.
No, I'm gonna call. Interesting. Pair of cowgirls.
Right now he has a pair of jacks, but if an ace comes out, he could... Nope. I'll take it with a pair of queens.
Shit. Shit.
I guess my luck held. Is that you done?
Done?
Bust. Or, you got something else to play with?
Meaning...
Well, I heard there was some big boys on this boat. Maybe that's not you. No offense.
Sit your hillbilly ass down.
Why?
I got a watch.
Look at you.
An expensive one. Real fine. Swiss. A Reutlinger, no less. It's in the safe upstairs. It's worth more than you.
And that is what we're here for.
Okay. I trust you.
Now play.
As you wish.
I just have to win the next hand.
So, you must know Leviticus Cornwall, big oil man like you.
Of course, we've crossed paths. I was fortunate enough to tour a little operation heads up in New Hanover.
Pair of kings. Good start.
Let's not waste any more time here. All in. Don't worry, sir. Everyone is the author of his own good fortune.
Strauss is giving me the nod. Blythe is trying to scare me.
Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Pair of kings.
Very good, but not good enough.
Shit.
Strauss, why did you give me the nod when he's sitting there with a... Now he's got three of a kind. Oh, but I win with an ace-high diamond flush.
Hard lines, Mr. Blythe. Mr. Callahan wins with an ace-high diamond flush.
God damn you!
No offense.
None taken.
Well played, sir.
Unlucky, Desmond.
Now, forgive my lack of discretion, but, where might I find this watch?
It's upstairs. Shall we go and have a look?
Why not?
Gentlemen.
Please, cash these out for me.
I started last week.
Good. Sure. Perhaps you could escort us up to the office.
Yes, of course, sir.
Thank you.
Follow me, gentlemen.
Come with me, sir.
And the guard, of course, is Javier.
You're having quite the night.
Yeah, so far.
I cannot believe someone gave a greaser a job.
We live in strange times.
Personally, I wouldn't trust one with a gun, but fear not. I've got my own little lawgiver right here.
Very good.
Hold on. I'm getting a vision of the future.
Next, we'll be hiring Negroes.
I know.
I'm seeing that guy's jaw broken into several pieces.
I think you're going to like this watch, sir. I saw it earlier, and it really is a handsome piece. Foreign made, but you can't have everything.
Indeed.
Courtesy of the
Well,
stock of Javier's
Here we
shotgun.
are.
Ideally, of course, I'd just let Javier shoot the racist bastard, but we're trying to do this quietly.
Just give me 1 second, sir.
Of course, take your time. Don't reach for that gun.
Take his gun, Arthur.
I guess you were right. Only an idiot would give a greaser a gun.
Idiot, huh?
Sneaky bugger! He had two guns. Oh crap, that's torn it.
Ah, shit! Let's hope no one heard that. Quick, clear the safe. Let's get out of here. Can't believe that asshole had another gun.
The view in here is looking pretty good.
How much is there?
Must be a few thousand plus the watch.
Nice. Now let's get out of here. Come on. Let's go meet the others.
Sure.
I reckon we've only got a few minutes to get out of here.
If we're lucky.
What do you suppose the chances are nobody heard the shot? I'd say about nil.
Was that a gunshot? It sounded like one. Come on.
Yeah, we're fighting our way out of here, aren't we?
And how exactly are we getting out of here?
I ain't too sure. This is what tends to happen when you leave Trelawney in charge of planning. No garnish, no meat. Probably involve us dressing up as dancing girls and canning off the side. Nice uniform, by the way.
Thanks. I'd give anyone a job these days. Anyway, we shouldn't give ourselves away until we know we need to. Maybe we could still blend into the crowd when it all goes crazy.
Which it surely will. To the bar, senor!
That's actually a good point. How are we getting off this riverboat? Because, you know, it's a boat on a river.
I hope you had fun, sir.
At the time of my life. You boys sure know how to put on a show.
That's wonderful. Ah, look, there's your friend.
Not a no good cheat, and I beg you to take back the insinuation.
Oh great, Trelawney's managed to get himself into the ship without our help.
There he is.
Now, don't be a sore loser, friend.
There's something I don't like about the pair of you.
There's plenty I don't like about you, but I have the good manners to keep my mouth shut.
There he is! Shoot that man!
Yep, there it is.
Come on, Arthur! We gotta get out of here!
That's great, but where exactly are we going? Because, you know, we're on a riverboat. It's in the middle of a river. Have you seen the Mississippi? It's wider than the English Channel.
What are we supposed to do now?
Well, don't look at me, Javier. Trelawney's the brains of this operation. While I agree with your plan in theory, Javier, there's a slight problem. We're getting shot at. Are they just gonna... They're just gonna keep coming, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So we've got to go.
Silly me, I clean forgot to bring my gun.
Wait, that is the plan. Seriously, we're swimming for it. Saint Denis a mile away. No, that is actually the plan. Wow. And there I was expecting something clever.
Well, never a dull moment.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
So, how much did we get?
A few thousand, I think. Pretty good.
Yes, indeed.
And this watch, apparently it's worth a bunch. Swiss, a Reutlinger or something?
Nice watch. Yes, it's a Reutlinger, all right.
We'll give it back then. All right, come on, let's get out of here.
Well, it wasn't exactly the smoothest job we've ever done, but we did make a good few thousand in cash, as well as whatever we make from the sale of the watch. The question is this going to be enough for Dutch? Do we finally have enough money that we can get out of here and leave all of our problems behind us? Or is Dutch not going to be happy until he's taken all of the money that there is? Find out in the next episode. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.